I look hit by a train, but that's okay. This is the hotel room. It's cute. We have the breakfast menu and 2 lollipops and a postcard. Little posters and I guess a seat for this table. There's like a manual phone and a big TV. And then I can't see out the window. So maybe we're facing a wall or something. But there is a window. Don't know where that leads. And then the bathroom. Got soaps on the wall. That's nice. It's big soap bottles. And it's a rainfall shower. Sink. Hopefully not a heated toilet because that was an interesting experience last time I had one of those. Yeah. So it's day 1. We're gonna go to Shaydow for breakfast, probably butchering that, and then check out the park, and then go over to Hongdae because it's Jungkook's birthday, so I'm hoping to see some of the subway signs with his face on it, and there's some pop-up cafes, and then there's an ATEEZ pop-up that will be emptying my wallet. So the bag is packed, and we're gonna try to go figure out the subway system, which I heard is pretty easy. So come to you from the corner of my hotel bed to bring a recap of today with a slight Hannibal Lecter look with the face mask on. Because it's humid out here. Like, it's warm, but not as bad as the summer months from what I've heard and what I've been told. And it's still bearable. Like, after 7 o'clock, like, it cools down. There was rain today, but it was very on and off. It wasn't like heavy like Florida does on and off, so it was not bad at all. But it's definitely muggy, and my hair definitely had to go up after 2 hours because I was like, I'm not messing with this anymore. So here, I stopped recording after like 2 o'clock too because stuff was getting heavy and plans had to be, the schedule had to be met. So what happened today? We had a slight debacle with the subway. Not gonna get into it, but that man, some like older man came up and tried to help, and it was so nice, and like he did not have to do that, and I hope both sides of his pillow are the perfect temperature for life. Also, the bagel place, super good. A solid bagel and solid Americano, especially after that terrible coffee before my flight. That was the worst thing I've tasted in a while. It was good. It was a little hard to find though because a lot of the buildings here have like multiple floors of shops, and it was like on the basement floor, but I found it eventually. Naver Maps and Kakao Maps, I would venture to say that Naver Maps is a little bit better than Google Maps. And the Kakao taxis have been working out very well. Oh my god, the Jungkook cafes were so cute. They really go all out. I only saw like one billboard with his face on it, and I tried to get a photo of it, but it went by too quick and my phone lagged because my iPhone's kind of evil. But I know at one of the stations, like, they had like a wrap on the stairs that I didn't get to see, but one of my friends got to see, which is so cool. But it was so fun, and the freebies were so cute, and the little drinks were so good. I got like a peach tea, super sweet, super good. My mom and I split that, and we got a strawberry latte as well that we split. That was really good. The ATs pop-up, so fun. They were only letting people in by the hour with the reservations, and the amount of stuff I saw some people walking out with, I was like, oh my god. And some of the stuff, the only thing that sold out really quick was the luggage tags. Because I was going to try to get 2. I was going to try to get San's and Sunghwa's, because my mom remembers San. But they only had 3 of Sunghwa's little bunny. Sorry, I don't know the NET's names. I'm working on it. They only had 3 of the bunny, and I grabbed that so quick. I was like, need it. So I was lucky enough to grab that. And then, depending on how much you spent, you got like lucky draws, and they also had like a little quest for you to do to get a lucky draw. People who exit the line like wait in line with whoever they're looking to trade. I immediately traded Jungho. Like, love Jungho. It was such a cute Jungho photo card. But like, I got out of the line, and this girl came up to me, and she was like, and I was like, okay. And then she showed me what she had. I was like, you know? And a trade commenced, so that was lovely. And then I really wanted Sunghwa, but I had pulled, like, I love all of ATs. I mainly cannot collect San, Sunghwa, Hongjoon, a little bit of Yunho, and Mingi, and I had pulled Jungho, San, and Hongjoon, so I was like kind of really looking for like maybe Hongjoon for like Sunghwa, but this girl came out to me, she had a stack. Like, I'm wondering how much this girl spent at this pop-up. And she was like, I was like, oh, I'm looking for Sunghwa, and she's like, San. And I was like, oh, I was kind of hoping to keep him because he's one of my favorites. And she was like, oh, that's okay. And then I was like, wait, you know, let's trade. And she was like, thank you so much. I was like, yeah. Because when am I gonna get a chance to trade for someone? I had to think. He's my number one in that group. A decision had to be made. And I'm very happy to have the Sungma card. That one is going right next to the Hello 82 pop-up one. My pride and glory photo card. Also, so one of the workers told me like you only needed 5 stamps to get the unit card, and I thought the unit card was given to you at checkout. It's not. It was given in the section of the like mission, which I didn't know, so I like noticed second after I like read the sign that was in English. After I was like, oh, I didn't get my unit card, and I talked to one of the workers, and she was so nice because like you're not supposed to re-enter anything, and she's like, no, it's okay, we'll do it for you. And I was like, that's so sweet. And especially with like the language barrier, like both like trying our best to communicate, they didn't have to do that, and it was so sweet. And I pulled Sonnet so hard. It's like unit card was just like the number one I wanted it, but it was like, it was so nice that they were able to accommodate that and do that. Like I'm actually so grateful, and I hope that the rest of their year is lovely as well. And then what happened after that today? I like wrote down my notes to keep my thoughts in order, and I have Shingles digital worth the hype. No clue what that means. Oh, the cafe we went to, Shinli Doga. That is worth the hype. That was one up on Instagram. It was super cute inside. And the drinks were really good. My mom got some like matcha drink, and I got a Yujan tea, I think. It was kind of like yuzu because I love citrus drinks. It was so good. And there was like a, oh, I just swallowed really loud into the mic. I'm so sorry about that. There was like a pine needle in the like drink, and the ice too was like different size ice. It was so good. There was a little spoon, and it had like a piney flavor to it too. It was really good. And we also got one of the desserts, which was shaped like a little bear. It was so cute. Kind of felt bad while eating it. And it was matcha, and it was really, really good. Really rich, but really good. And then, oh my god, the photoism booth, so affordable here. They're so like cheap. Because I went to K-Pop Nara in Boston, which I kind of have beef with. I don't know. Something about it. Why did I have to pay $5 for pre-order benefit? Pre-order benefit. Like, it's in the name. Anyways, that's not the worker's fault. It's the company's fault. I digress. But they have a photoism booth there. And I went in. I was like, oh my god, 17, happy birthday. And I clicked Mingyu. It said $16. I was like, I love you. That is not happening. And I walked out of there with my $16 still in my wallet. So I was going through the photos because I noticed we were trying to find dinner, and then I get distracted. It was like $7.50. So now that photo is mine. And I also did like a JJK one and a Twice one. Also, we went to Olive Young. My beauty of Joseon, Sunscreen and I have been reunited because they banned it from America. They banned the original formula from America, which is bullshit. I'm not gonna get into that now, but we have good sunscreen for the rest of the trip now. And I tried, what is it? Soul Set for dinner. It was really good. It's a type of like stone dish that you like add broth into, and it was, oh my, I got salmon. My mom got beef. I didn't try the beef one. It looked really good, and the sides were different for each one, which I think is called I'm not even gonna attempt. I know it in my head. It's I butchered enough words today. But it was really good. I got salmon. You know, salmon can be kind of hit or miss sometimes. It was so good. I wanted to finish it so bad, but I didn't. You know, it was so good. It hit the spot after like a bunch of sweet stuff, because they were not joking about things being really sweet. And like, I have a sweet tooth. I love sugar. I love sugar a little too much. that's a problem for another day. But my tongue was like trying to get a like sugar numb, so I was like, I need a hearty like protein dinner, and it really was fun. It was really good. The research seems to be paying off a little bit, so that was today. Any tangential thoughts, Ma?
I'm sleepy.
Mom's tired. I tried to. She thinks I tortured her. Everybody thinks I torture them on vacation, but we have places to be, and walking sometimes, you know, walking is efficient. But I'm excited for tomorrow. It's a bit more lax, and then Wednesday's a bit more crazy. So hopefully I can sleep through the night. It's day 2. We're gonna go get breakfast at this like American type place for pancakes, but I think they have a twist on them. I have my AT jersey. Songhwa's name on it, if I can get that. That I spent $90 on, but was worth it. Very blue. And for our bag accessories, we've got bungbungi and Songhwa. There's a theme.
As we move past Toksugun Palace and reach Daehanmun Gate, the traditional military ceremony, known as the Chief Gatekeeper Change Ceremony at Seoul Royal Palace from the Chosun Dynasty, will be held.
아울러 나도 승장이다 체험 행사가 진행되겠습니다. 나도 승장이다 체험 행사는 여러분 누구나 왕궁 수문장 교대의식의 1회 승장으로 직접 행사에 참여하실 수 있는 기회입니다. 시민 여러분의 많은 관심 부탁드립니다. 지금 덕수궁 안에서 왕궁 수문장 교대 의식을 감찰하기 위하여 2명의 관리인 주서와 사약이 나오고 있습니다.
Two officials, Chuso and Saya, are now heading outside to supervise and inspect the Chief Gatekeeper Change Ceremony in Toksugun Palace.
교대 의식의 시작을 알리는 게시타부가 있겠습니다. 3번의 힘찬 목소리가 올 때 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. 교대 의식의 시작을 알리는 비슷함과 함께 의식의 첫 번째 순서인 분노하고 의식이 있겠습니다.
The Punohabu ceremony, the first order of the ceremony, will begin with the Keshikabu, which marks the beginning of the change ceremony.
분노하고 의식이란 분, 즉 방어를 매우 강조해서 세 글자인대로 정하여 함께 순단을 했습니다. 이후 승정원에 전달하여 승정원 관리인 주소가 승장과 수문군에게 알려주는 절차입니다. 승정원 주소와 액정서 사약이 궁궐안으로 퇴장합니다. 승장과 수문군은 궁궐 정문을 수리하는 진영을 갖추게 됩니다.
Sungjeonwon Chungso and Ekjongso Haya go into the palace. The chief gatekeeper and the other gatekeepers form a configuration to defend the palace's main gate.
지금 여러분이 보고 계신 이 장면이 바로 조선시대 모든 명령을 말하였던 궁궐의 정들, 랑궁시일국인 군군이 지키는 장면입니다.
You are now watching the scene where Kumgun, the royal guard of the Joseon dynasty, is posted to protect the main gate of the palace, which served as the issuing authority for all laws.
덕수궁을 순찰하던 교대군들이 왕궁 순장 교대 의식을 거행하기 위해 대왕문 앞으로 행진하고 있습니다.
The guards who were patrolling Toksugung Palace are marching towards Daehanmun Gate for the chief gatekeeper change ceremony at Seoul Royal Palace.
노우회입니다. 양군의 자마가 서로 분노를 보복하여 상대 교대군의 시원을 공유합니다.
Uno is where the Tama of both armies exchange military names in order to confirm the identities of each other.
지금 덕수궁 안에서 왕궁 순장 교대 의식을 감찰하기 위하여 두 명의 관리인 주소와 사약이 나오고 있습니다.
Chuso and Saya, two officials, are presently coming out of Toksugung Palace in order to supervise and inspect the chief gatekeeper change ceremony at Seoul Royal Palace.
분노군에 이어서 다음은 참화의식을 진행하겠습니다. 참화의식에는 권속들이 상관에게 나아가 대공들을 가리킵니다. 특히 군영사들의 경우 무기와 군복의 전원 상태를 설정하는 것이 참화의식에 활용하였습니다.
The Tama Ushi will follow the Gumoinde. The Tama Ushi is where the officials go over to their superiors. Examining the condition of the soldiers' weapons and uniforms was part of the Tamai ceremony, particularly for military camps. It is akin to the rite of passage that the majority of newly appointed officials go through.
이곳 덕수궁 수문부는 궁궐 호위의 세종 보루로 국왕의 안전과 중요 사직을 보고하는 막중한 임무를 수행하는 곳이다. 그러므로 그 임무를 충실히 수행하길 바란다.
군부 순장이 새로 부임한 신인 순장에게 임무를 감당하게 명령하고 군동부장과 군대이 기본 부장 상태를 설명해주고 있습니다. 순장과 신문군의 교회를 사용해서 모두 전달받은 신입 수문자는 해당대로 하도록 했습니다.
The chief gatekeeper on duty provides the newly appointed chief gatekeeper with a brief description of the role, as well as details on the defensive aspects, the state of basic armaments, and the composition of the gate force. Once the newly appointed chief gatekeeper has been briefed on his responsibilities, he will return to the unit.
새로 덕수궁 수문장으로 부임한 김한양이다. 궁궐 호위에 막중한 임무를 부여받았으니 숨은 군들과 함께 목숨을 걸고 이곳 덕수궁 정문을 수비할 것이다. 곧 소감의식이 있을 터이니 부대원들은 복장과 무기를 다시 한번 점검하길 바란다.
소속 부대는 이동한 신입 수문장이 수문들에게 전달한 구성대와 함께 국민의 막중한 임무를 수행시키고 복장과 무기를 점검하고 있습니다.
The newly appointed chief gatekeeper, who has moved back to his unit, greets the gatekeepers briefly.
Like salad.
Would you like to make more smoky or woody? We also have
That's
smoked
perfect.
wood chip. Oh, yeah,
However
sure.
you serve it is fine with me, but that looks
This
perfect.
one is just an option. So some customer wants to make more smoky.
I don't need it smoky. The vanilla sounded
Yeah.
lovely. Thank you.
Enjoy.
It is pretty. Auntie April's gonna be thanks.
네, 차가워요.
The googly eyes on the bottle.
Enjoy.
고맙습니다.
We're using the lavender to zin, so we make our own lavender.
It's day 4. It's supposed to be a rainy day today, but it was rainy on Monday too. And it doesn't really matter because we're still here and we have umbrellas. But today, we're on the edge of like the Insadong like little streets with all the cafes and restaurants. So we're gonna grab breakfast there this morning before going to the palace. I think it's, I forget all the letters and I'm not gonna butcher it. And we're gonna rent hanbok and do that, and then go to the Bukchon like Hanok Village street and all those cute little traditional style areas. And then at night we're gonna go to Namsan Tower because it's supposed to be, I don't know, I've seen photos and it looks really pretty at night. And that's kind of the plan for today. I guess whatever arises. Yesterday was so nice. I went to the photo place and they were so sweet. And my photographer, I think her name was Ihe. She was so wonderful. And then Mom and I went to this bar called Miner's Cocktail Bar, and it was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. Our bartender, whose name I sadly neglected to ask because I'm not always the best at conversation, was so lovely. We got to try a traditional like Korean drink, and just the drinks they had there in general had such great presentation, and they gave us like a free little snack tray and it was so good. There was like a caramelized banana and crackers and like a cream cheese and like chocolate. It was so good. So I'm just packing my bag. I'm bringing this one because my camera kind of kills my back. So this is a bit better for the first half of the day. It's not as waterproof as my other bag, but it is what it is. So I think today, I think it's gonna be Hochi. Hochi's coming. Oh wait, no, is this Tam Tam? I believe this is Tam Tam. And Bong Bongi, if I can find Bong Bongi. Where did I put it? My membership pack, Bong Bongi. So yeah, that's the update for today, for this morning. Yeah.
핸드폰이 갑자기 뭐 용답동 어디에 있는 거야. 근데 걔네 집 인천이거든. 가운데 일어났는데 핸드폰.